Episode 3 of the... Oh my god, what are you huffing for?
You didn't do testing.
Son of a... Testing, gabagool. We're live right now, testing gabagool on the microphones. Tradition here on the Hot Rod Daddy Andy Show, episode number 3! Soon to be uploaded onto Spotify, which I will get around to doing probably by this weekend since I'll have a little time. We'll still be making YouTube videos as well. Be sure to check it out on HotRodDaddyAndy.com or Hot Rod Daddy Andy on YouTube.
Oh, man.
Holy crap! I just got off work and I'm immediately doing this because everyone's in a rush today. We're still looking for guests. We'll have guests on soon. We're just doing this right now to continue to make stuff. To make content. But let's get into what we're going to talk about today. We're going to predict 2024 for
some storylines.
And some storylines for guys from like WWE, AEW. Then we're going to look at a free agent list from Fightful and predict where we think these free agents are going to go. Who do you want to start with? I know you said you wanted to save number 1 for last. So should we start with number 2 on my list?
Why don't we just start with Jay White?
Okay, we're going to start with Jay White. So... I was really excited for Jay White when he came up in free agency. I thought he was going to end up in WWE, and I was foolish. I thought he was going to maybe get an NXT, and I thought it would have been great, but he went to AEW, which I probably should have expected because a lot of his friends are there. But, man, after that MJF thing...
Yeah, that was brutal.
After that MJF thing, everything seemed to have kind of fallen off for him. Like, he's done that tournament, and that's been pretty good for him, but, like, I don't know what comes next. So of like everyone on my list right now, I've kind of had the hardest time writing about like what he's going to do. And like guys like Swerve and
I think the problem with AEW is they don't do what most expect, and their stuff is longer drawn out than WWE's.
Yeah, and they've got like 5 storylines tangled into one person at a time.
Yeah.
So you never know which direction it's going to go to, and then like 6 months down the road, it's like, oh, you remember that one like loose thread I dangled at you with so and so and so and so? Here it is. We're going to fulfill that, but like by then you've kind of forgotten what's happening.
It just kind of sucks because that storyline to the build up for that pay-per-view was great, and then the pay-per-view just sucked.
I don't know if AEW is still working with like New Japan or one of the Japanese companies over there, but if he can go back and do dates there, that's probably really good for him. And I think that's probably what's going to happen a lot next year is he'll probably go do some New Japan stuff while under contract with AEW.
I just hope he's not too pissed off because it sounded like legit that he was pissed about the way that ended.
Yeah, I would have been kind of mad too, but he had his heavyweight title run and now he's kind of just stagnant and now he's fighting for what's essentially almost like a mid-card belt. Like it's not...
I honestly don't even know what he's doing right now.
He's in like a gold...
Oh, the tournament.
Yeah, the gold tournament.
Is he still in it?
I think he's been statistically eliminated now, and it's just... It's down to Moxley versus Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
And then that's going to decide who fights for... Or who gets that new belt. Who we got next on this list?
Let's go do one of my 4 that I had. And
let's talk about...
You want to do Judgment Day or...
Okay, tell me what you think about Judgment Day. We'll do Judgment Day.
Well, I think Ray's going to keep that belt for a while, for starters. I do think either Finn or Priest are going to leave at some point. I think Dominic's going to stay for the long haul. That whole
Dominic and Rhea the whole time.
Great. For the longest, I thought for sure McIntyre was going to join and take over, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, we'll talk about him. Talk about him later for sure too. Yeah, Dominic and Rhea got to stay together.
The R-Truth stuff is great, so I'm to see where that goes.
I hope that never ends because R-Truth is hilarious, but I think McDonough and Finn are going to end up like relegated to a tag team division, and it's probably for the best because that
would suck for
Balor. But there's not a lot of heel tag teams there that are like challenging for anything. Like, who are the tag? Oh, it's fucking Finn and what's his face right now. Finn and Priest are tag champions.
You think Priest like defects and then...
I think Priest is going to try to do something with the cash-in thing, and then after that, it's all going to start devolving. Because he's still got that thing, and I think it's only valid until WrestleMania. I don't know what the rules are with the case anymore, or until the next Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I thought it was good till Money in the Bank.
I don't know when the next one of those is, but he's had it for a pretty long time now, and he's got to do something with it. He's like faked out twice or 3 times that he was going to do it.
Yeah.
And every single opportunity he's had to do it, something screwy happens, and it messes things up. That was Judgment Day. Who we got next? We've got...
Want to jump to you and talk about Jay White? Did we do that one?
We just did Jay White. That was the first one.
Sorry. MJF?
MJF. Okay.
Kind of a big one. You got the big 3 over here.
Yeah, MJF, if you scroll down on the thing real fast, he's scrolling. It's funny because last night, I didn't watch AEW last night, so I picked up videos this morning and saw what happened. And on my thing, I had that Joe was going to end up being like the person who's working with the devil. And that came true yesterday, and it cost MJF the Ring of Honor tag team championships, which is great because he had them and couldn't do anything with them because Adam Cole was gone, which also makes me believe that Adam Cole might actually be the devil, and this is a way to stretch it out because Adam Cole's injured right now, and Adam Cole has sided with Roderick Strong and who the hell else is it? Mike Bennett and the other dude.
I wish I was paying more attention to AEW lately because the Adam Cole and MJF vignettes were great in the beginning, and even the skits with Adam Cole and Roderick Strong when he was injured were great. Yeah,
and the whole time you knew Adam Cole wanted to be the champion, and then it was cool. They were doing the friend stuff. That was all neat and all, but like at the end of the day, as a singles wrestler who tags with another singles wrestler, you know you want to be the champ. Like it was inevitable, and there are probably things in there that have like kind of. I'm sure we'll see, and I'm sure it's going to be...
The MJF stuff is wild, because he's got like 3 different storylines going on in one, and...
He's got like 4, because he's dealing with Roderick Strong, who thinks he's the devil, which now doesn't make any sense. He was dealing with Samoa Joe.
It's a huge swerve.
And just someone completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, like... I don't know who's a free agent that's coming... Not a free agent, but all those WD people that left, their contracts are up. Like,
yeah, but does that feel big enough to be like, we're the ones who are going to fight you, MJF, for it? Like,
yeah, well, it's so weird.
Do you think it's anyone else in-house?
2 no-names have the Ring of Honor tag belts right now.
Well, they used to be Ring of Honor champions before.
Yeah, but, I mean, technically it's nobody right now.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who they are.
So, do you think it's someone in-house?
I couldn't tell you because I've read so many different things. I like the idea of the Adam Cole, Roderick Strong faction. What was I don't know the name of it. So.
The Kingdom. I don't know. It could. I really think it could be Adam Cole.
That would suck because that tag team was great.
Yeah, I mean, but like it's the story of best friends breaking up is a great thing in wrestling. It could easily be Adam Page. Like, what the hell is he doing right now? Why can't Hangman be the devil?
Yeah.
Why couldn't I mean, it'd be a really bad swerve if it was Roderick Strong the whole time. I'd really not like that.
Thinking about the Page and Swerve match makes me think, I mean, the dude drank it, or who drank whose blood? It was Page that drank Swerve.
Yeah, Page drank Swerve's blood.
And Page could be the devil.
Yeah, Page could be the devil. So it's Adam Cole, I think. Page is number 2. Number 3, it could be like, God, I would hope it's not Roderick Strong because that wouldn't be like,
no.
That wouldn't be the match you'd want to see.
Somebody bigger because he just seems like a.
What if it's Wardlow?
That's what I've been hearing too. Is like Wardlow.
Because have we seen like the body profile of what the devil looks like yet? Like we haven't seen.
The weirdest theories I heard was that it is MJF and Wardlow's coming back and they're creating that whole original faction.
It's a dumb idea. We don't want that. No one needs Goldberg.
I like this MJF run on its own. So
yeah, and I think they're going to show who the devil is next week. So we're going to watch that, and we'll all see, and we'll all be shocked when it's Adam Cole.
You think when's the next pay-per-view?
I think it's next week. It's World's End.
Oh shit!
Oh no, not next week. This weekend, I think. I could be wrong. I'll have to look at the dates.
I'm so off with dates.
I know. There's so much wrestling, and then time is like loose right now because of the holidays, and I haven't been paying attention to anything.
I like AEW's formats because I like the long and drawn out stories, and this tournament is just a long drawn out story, but I just haven't been able to focus on it.
Yeah, last night at AEW, the first match on the show was a 30-minute match, and it was immediately followed by 30 minutes of promos. Like,
wow.
Yeah, and then these are great matches, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of goddamn talking last night. Carried away there, we talked about MJF.
I didn't think it was down that long.
CM Punk?
CM Punk or Bloodline?
Do Bloodline, do another group.
All right, Bloodline. So I think come WrestleMania, the whole group is
Some water
gone.
here.
And that's simply because I think Roman Reigns is going to go off the map for a long time. So I don't want to talk too much about Roman Reigns, so let's focus on the others because we'll talk about him later. I have no idea what the other Uso is going to do.
Do you think he does like a begging his brother to come back type thing, or do you think he's
Tries to
gonna
go
try to
good.
go, yeah, like he's gonna try to redeem himself? Because right now he got like shunned by Roman because Roman wouldn't acknowledge him as the next runner up as tribal chief. Remember, he said Solo was the next one. So, what if that starts making him be like, "Oh, I gotta fight Solo now"?
I just realized how hard this is to talk about without talking about Roman
Yeah.
because I have thoughts on what's going to happen with Paul Heyman, which involves Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. So I want to save a lot of that. Could all three of them just do their own solo runs? Could Jay stay doing what Jay does, and could Jimmy do his own
Can you
thing?
have two Usos on separate shows running singles, like as single stars, or are they
Or-
better as a team?
Or are they really going to have... I don't see Solo being a top guy anytime soon. So do they
He
just
could
do
be
their
the
own
United
tag
States
team?
champion, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm just thinking that they end up being a tag team somehow for a
Uso
while.
and Solo.
Yeah,
Solo Us.
it's going to be a weird one.
Usi Solo.
I really can't figure out what's going to happen with those two.
Yeah,
'Cause I
because
think they could be good mid-carders for a long time. But then that means the whole bloodline's gone.
yeah, and I mean it's been going for like 2.5 years now. It's been a while. I feel like it might be time to start being like, let's pull away, or maybe like the
You
tribal
know
chief
what?
goes on hiatus.
The more I'm thinking about it, you're going to have the Jimmy and Jay showdown, right? That they want it. They've been wanting it for a while.
Maybe you think it's gonna happen in Mania?
I think so.
I think one of them's gonna eliminate the other one at Rumble.
That's a good idea. That's probably what's going to happen. They're going to
Get a
pissed at
Mania
each other
match out of it.
They're going to get pissed at Rumble, get a Mania match out of it. And then from there, after WrestleMania, they're going to have some beef between Jimmy and Solo, and then they'll fight after that.
Yeah, because Jimmy couldn't get the job done against Jay.
Yeah. Or
And-
maybe like Solo will try to interfere and Jimmy will lose, and that causes a rift between them because they always interfere.
So Solo and Jimmy are probably going to end up feuding next year.
Yeah, after WrestleMania.
Yeah, after Mania. That'd be pretty cool. Because, I mean, like I said, after Rowan didn't say that he was going to be the number 2, I was like, oh, okay, Bloodline's about ready to,
Implode.
call it
Yeah.
a day. And Solo's going to end up either overstepping his bounds against Roman, and then it's going to be Roman versus Solo, which we didn't even acknowledge. That'd be pretty crazy.
Oh.
Because he's going to think like, oh, well, you know what? It's
I
my
just-
time now.
The thing with Roman versus Solo is I don't think anything's going to happen with Roman after WrestleMania.
Yeah, it doesn't happen with Roman holding the belt. I think Roman
Which-
by then.
Well, let's just go into Roman next then. We'll just
Okay.
continue it.
Let's scroll down a little bit. I think I wrote something about Roman. You
Give me
went
a
a little
second.
too far. Technical difficulties here. He has no idea how to work a phone. Oh man.
You've got Roman and Cody here.
Okay. So if you scroll up there, right there, Roman and Cody are going to meet again. That's obvious at WrestleMania. There's a lot of speculation about The Rock showing up.
They're back to filming, so I don't see The Rock having time to do anything. But that's just me.
But they could have got a contract in before.
The Rock's not signing the contract.
Not like a long contract, but like a contract to be like, hey, you have to work WrestleMania. This is what we've got for you. Like,
I don't see how that would work unless he came in after Roman loses to disband the.
and I think that's
Oh
what's
my.
going to happen. I think it's going to end up being Roman loses the belt or something, or I don't think The Rock is going to come out and be like, here you go, Cody, you've won because I've caused an interference. But I think it's going to be something.
Cody's going to win clean.
Yeah, I think Cody's going to win clean too. But I think maybe The Rock does show up and it involves WrestleMania, not this year, but the year after. And then they'll stretch the Roman storyline with The Rock as like who's the true like Samoan head of the table
So,
king.
I don't see how you're going to do that because I think after this WrestleMania, Roman is going to go on hiatus and try to do films.
Well, that's exactly all you need. You don't have to put him on TV every single week to have him fight The Rock, because The Rock ain't going to be on SmackDown or Raw.
Yeah, so you're
every
thinking
single week.
save it for like up until the Rumble. where
Maybe
they have some-
SummerSlam. You could even do it at SummerSlam. I
That's
don't
a
know
good
where it's
one.
going to be next year, but might have to look that up later. But
I wasn't even planning on even talking about The Rock. 'Cause he's just off my radar.
nah, The Rock is
But-
on my radar. So is like Stone Cold Steve Austin. But
I'm gonna move the mic a bit. But go ahead.
no, I think that The Rock plays some kind of role. It's not going to get Cody the belt. Cody does win clean, I think.
Yeah, I think there's gonna try to be interference from Solo.
Oh yeah, that's an
But-
always thing.
I think that maybe Jimmy or Jay are gonna even the odds somehow. Like Jimmy will probably try to interfere too, but if Solo
Cody-
messes up Jimmy's match, there may be issues.
Cody has got enough friends who have popped up on Raw to deal with whatever bloodline interference happens, and I think he gets it clean. But then I think something happens with The Rock, and I don't know if that's The Rock challenging Cody or
Okay,
if
so hear me out, because The Rock wasn't on my radar, but Paul Heyman is. I think Paul Heyman is going to fuck this up for Roman Reigns. On
it's
purpose.
going to go back to
And
CM
go
Punk.
Back to CM
Oh, okay. Well, what if random Brock Lesnar pops up?
Oh my god. They're all just fighting over Paul
Yeah,
Heyman.
they're all fighting over Paul Heyman like a championship.
They have a triple threat for Paul
Yeah,
Heyman.
Paul
right?
Heyman in a cage.
Oh my god. He's just hanging. They
Shark
gotta get him
cage.
down. Ladder match.
That'd be the most hilarious thing ever, seeing Brock Lesnar in a ladder match.
WWE, book it
Book this, WWE. We need Brock versus Roman versus CM Punk
for Paul Heyman.
in a shark cage match for the rights to have Paul Heyman manage them.
I love it.
He's going to be dangling like 60 feet above the ring screaming, "Paul, come on, Punk! Punk!"
Who do you think, if they did that, who do you think Paul Heyman would want?
I don't know. I think he'll slip up and be cheering for Punk, and then Roman will be like, And then, Roman would be like, "Why are you acknowledging him?" Bad
You don't
Roman
think he'd
Reigns.
want to just hang out with Brock?
Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun. More
Cowboy Brock now?
Yeah. I don't know what Brock Lesnar's doing next year. He's not on my list of things to predict.
Yeah, he wasn't on mine.
Nah, now The Rock is on there, though.
The Rock.
The Rock is on the list. Okay,
All right, so
we did Judgment Day, Bloodline, Jay White, Roman Reigns.
I didn't realize how intertwined four of these are.
Yeah, and that's good. That's how
Because the
storylines
CM
work.
Punk storyline, I didn't have him involved with the Bloodline at all, except for the Paul Heyman thing.
And I don't think he gets involved with them until after WrestleMania in some way.
You
and
think,
if for
you think
some-
everything else is clean, but the Bloodline disappears and he just kind of finds his way to CM Punk.
I don't know if it happens that clearly. I think it starts
Although-
slowly falling apart on Roman, and then he starts losing everyone around him. And then maybe it's like a CM Punk picking up the pieces, like, well, he used to be my guy.
I feel like I remember an article about Paul Heyman either not wanting to work with somebody new or purposely wanting to start fresh with somebody new. Like if he did something else after Roman, I should have found that article.
Yeah, I don't know who it would be. Like, it has to be like Braun Breaker.
Oh,
It'd be Braun Breaker and freaking Paul Heyman. I'm honestly thinking Breaker gets called up after Rumble.
after Rumble.
Yeah, and they do something with him. Like, he's gonna get
We
some.
didn't even have any NXT guys on our storyline board.
Nope, they're not on this list. But I still think Braun Breaker probably gets called up after Rumble. It's probably about time he gets out of there.
Yep, now it's Fatal 4-Way for the right. Paul Heyman.
Yeah, he's in there now. There you go. Braun Breaker versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman in the corner of Punk. Betrays Punk and joins Braun Breaker.
Oh my god.
I'm writing stories for WWE and they don't even know it yet. Pay
I'm
me.
down for this triple threat though. Like,
That's too much money in a ring and too many storylines that could be missed.
or what if like Roman just disappears, and then Heyman's like, "Well, what do I do now?"
He's got no job.
And then CM Punk shows up after he wins the belt from Seth Rollins, which was my next storyline. But then fucking Brock is like, "Well, what about me?" And then they have a fight over not the belt, but just Paul Heyman.
That's too much. There's so much stuff. I don't know if CM Punk even wants to fight Brock Lesnar. Like, could you imagine that? I don't know if we need
He's
that.
too busy fighting Dominic Mysterio right
Yeah,
now.
I don't know if we need Punk versus Lesnar in 2024.
Whew.
All right.
But we are going to get Punk versus Seth Rollins, which was the person next on my list. And I see Punk beating Rollins at WrestleMania. Are they doing the
Yeah,
Rumble?
it's that belt's got to be on the line. I mean, he's doing the Rumble. That's all CM Punk has announced that he's actually doing.
Oh yeah.
So the Madison Square Garden one wasn't a live televised event, so it's not official. But it was a match he did, and people saw it, and video got out. My bad.
Yeah, there you go.
And worst time to have hiccups is on a podcast. CM Punk, I think his official first match for WWE is the Rumble, which is nuts because the Rumble's in January, which I guess isn't that nuts because it's pretty close now that I think about it.
I mean, CM Punk can do that because he's good on the mic, so he can entertain just.
Yeah, but he needs to start getting some storylines together because right now it's just like I'm a little bit angry at you, Seth, and you don't like me. But
so they're going to build that up to the Rumble. He's going to win the Rumble, and then go for Seth's belt, which will allow a natural storyline progression for Cody.
Was I the only one on the last episode that said Punk was going to win the Rumble?
I think you did.
Because I don't think.
I said Cody was going to win, and then you reminded me that he doesn't need to win to challenge Roman.
Yeah,
I was just thinking, well, whoever wins the Rumble has to face Roman. I constantly forget, even though it's been great, that Seth Rollins has a equal belt.
Yeah, he has a belt, and I don't remember what Cactus said. I don't remember who she said was going to win. She definitely didn't say Punk. I think she might have said Cody too.
But she didn't have Cody coming in as early as I did.
Yeah, that was all. That was different. All right, we've done almost all of the list besides.
I think only Cody Rhodes is left, and we kind of just
we've pretty much done a lot of Cody. Obviously, he's going to win. Like that's the gist of it. If he loses WrestleMania 2 years in a row, I don't know how you recover the story.
Dude,
you can't stretch this out.
I would be so pissed if I was him. I'd be like, send me back to AEW.
You can't stretch this out any longer. Like, how much longer can you make the man wait to get the belt? He already lost at WrestleMania where everyone collectively thought he was going to win.
Yeah.
And it's been a year now almost since the last one, and this has gone on. And lately, he's kind of like petered away from Roman. Like, his storyline hasn't been too much involved with what Roman's been doing lately. Like, he hasn't had any interaction with him.
But they're building it up now towards the Rumble, I thought.
I haven't seen that. I don't. What Cody's been doing lately hasn't been a lot of like Roman adjacent things. It's been just kind of
more of like a finishing his story.
He's been dealing with the damn bloodline this whole time. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't get a chance to fight. But the problem also is that Roman's on SmackDown and Cody's on Raw. So
the only time to challenge would be at WrestleMania after he wins the Rumble.
Yeah, this Rumble is down to just like two men that is Punk and Cody, and I don't think there's anyone else who could possibly win that.
I mean, you were thinking Gunther, right?
I wanted him to win. I really wanted him to win, but I don't think he's going to win.
I don't see how it would make sense. You had him coming in first.
I did have him coming in first, and I had him going the distance again and coming really close, but not winning.
I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of other storylines. I can't think of anything as important as those, which is crazy because we talked mainly only about
it's all Roman bloodline,
and then MJF.
Yeah, in AEW,
we did talk about the Devil storyline, but I don't see it's going to finish up real soon. So
yeah, in AEW, that's like the biggest thing I think going on right now. The tournament's been good.
The only storyline I'm kind of interested in because the character's great is Tony Storm's.
Yeah,
there's not really a storyline.
They have a real problem with their women's division that they need to figure out. They don't give them any time at all. You can't expect to get a whole division of people over if you don't give them more than like 5 minutes screen time. Like, it's not easy. It's not going to work. They have so much TV they produce, and they don't put out anything for them.
They've got the same TV time as WWE does, and no time for the women.
Yep, and it doesn't happen, and that kind of sucks. And that is something I mentioned for a free agent that we're going to talk about later too, who I thought was going to sign somewhere but might go elsewhere. You want to pull up that Fightful list real fast?
Free agents.
So we got a Fightful list here that shows us free agents and dates. You can check them out, Fightful.com.
Some of these we already got confirmation.
Some of these we have answered. We're just going to go through a quick, like, where do we think they're going to go, where they're going to stay, where are they going to go. We'll start with the WWE list because it's the first thing on here, and the first name is Alexa Bliss.
I mean, she just had the baby.
Yep,
she's going to be out a few more months.
Yeah, she's going to be out, but I think she's going to stay in WWE.
Yeah, I don't see her.
That's a pretty easy one. I don't think she goes to AEW. I think she just chills and is a mom for a while, and then just pops back up. Don't know when, but I mean, maybe late 2004.
You know who's a free agent?
2004. Wow.
I don't know if she's a free agent, but she might be soon. Is what's her name that just got arrested in Florida.
Oh, Liv Morgan. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, she
Nah,
might
I
be a free
think
agent.
I think she'll be fine.
I'm saying they're gonna charge her with a felony.
Jeez. Okay, Drew McIntyre. Does he stay or does he go?
I think I'm sure he's mad that he hasn't gotten more of a push for bigger titles, but I don't see him going anywhere else.
Yeah, AEW is pretty flooded with like male talent for sure, and like top caliber male talent. So I think he just stays in
Unless
WWE.
he does an independent circuit, but
He's already done that though.
he's a big name here.
Does he go back to Impact? He was on Impact for a little while.
Impact's not an Impact anymore.
Well, does he go back to TNA?
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot they changed their name.
You're supposed to know more.
I know, right? Does he go back to TNA?
If they're doing a rebrand, that might be pretty dope.
They don't have that like big male name, and would that be a step down? I mean, obviously it's a step down for WWE, but is it?
If he's the main guy going there,
Does it boost the Impact? TNA? God,
that's gonna take a while.
yeah, it's gonna take a little bit.
Maybe is he big enough to?
Will TNA compete with AEW if they sign?
His only title run he had was during COVID.
Yeah, and no one was there to see it, and it kind of was a bummer.
I'll tell you what, if both belts change, that rejuvenates the entire roster.
Yeah, that changes everything because then he could. All right, so
I think he stays.
Okay, stays in WWE.
Yeah,
I think he stays too. Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like to see him maybe go to TNA, I think he stays.
He's got a clean look, and it looks like he's gonna go to the dark side.
Yeah, he just feels like a WWE guy. He doesn't feel like a guy who leaves.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's about to turn heel.
The next two are Becky and Seth. Where I see one go, I see the other, and I don't see them going anywhere.
I thought you said that they just announced.
Yeah. There's a word out that they've re-signed contracts, so I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they're staying right in WWE.
This one's further out. Summer
of 2024. It says Ricochet is listed as a free agent here. Okay.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't just release him because they don't utilize him.
They don't. And they've given him like Intercontinental Champion runs, and it was all right, but then he kind of just lost it and then was gone again. See, maybe he goes to TNA. That'd be pretty cool.
For him,
I think it'd be pretty cool. He have a chance to stand out more there. I don't. It's going to be real hard putting people in AEW here because AEW is so stacked.
I can feel like they're broke, even though
I know they're
constantly spends money. But
it's just it's hard to put them
and I don't know what's his name. Tony Connolly likes to sign somebody for the pop.
Yeah, Ricochet is great. Don't get me wrong; he could have great matches in AEW, but maybe he goes to Impact. That'd be a pretty cool one.
TNA, yep.
All right, we both have agreed Ricochet goes to Impact. Jinder Mahal, he is signed through the summer of 2024. He's a WWE guy. He doesn't leave. He's like a manager right now to two guys. I don't think he goes anywhere.
That new management. Maybe he just doesn't resign and he's done.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he does leave and he's just gone. Yeah.
But I think the only thing that would happen is that WWE doesn't resign.
Or what if he goes to TNA as well and he tries to like rebrand and bring himself back to being like a wrestler, like a full-time wrestler?
I guess.
Jinder to TNA? TNA.
I think it's either WWE or bust.
Yeah, it might be. All right, the next three.
Lump the next three.
As one, yeah.
We were talking about this earlier, and I thought, they're all just going to resign because Kofi's Kofi and Xavier's Xavier.
Yeah, I don't see any of them leaving WWE. This is the New Day we're talking about.
What are they doing right now?
Well, Kofi and Xavier are doing a lot of outside WWE stuff, and I think
like up, down, down, and all that.
Yeah, they're doing some tag team stuff. It hasn't been a lot, and I won't lie. I keep track of like WWE's like Instagram and stuff, and they've been posting a lot of Big E stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what condition his neck is, but I mean,
I just hope they bring him back as like a manager for those.
Yeah, that'd be great. Or if like a surprise Rumble like entrant, but like you'd have to be super super careful. Ooh. I don't know. It might be too soon.
I didn't even put him on my list because I think he's done wrestling.
Yeah, I think he might be done wrestling too. But it's high hopes that maybe a manager
signing him as a manager or backstage stuff.
Yeah, like a manager Big E would be great.
Stuff.
Is he?
That's what I thought I heard.
Oh well, I probably would be too. I don't think he's completely
I don't know if it's with NXT or if he's doing talent stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he's completely away from wrestling. I don't know if he's traveling with these people or not, but like I don't think any one of them leave WWE.
Do we really need to talk about this next one?
Nah, Randy Orton's there for a while. Yep. He's going to be there. Kevin Owens is a good one to talk about, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's just there. He does his thing in WWE and he looks happy and he just
Yeah, but the Bucks are in AEW. They're like his best friends.
Oh, you know what? And Tony Khan, he would shell out the money.
He would, because to put Kevin Owens and the Bucks together in a triple threat,
go for the trios belts or whatever.
But does Kevin want to leave WWE?
I don't think so.
I don't think he does either. There's too much good things he can do in WWE. I mean, hell, he just had a match with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
that was last year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It feels like forever ago.
It was.
But like he had a match.
It was WrestleMania, right? It was a wild WrestleMania.
Yeah, Austin was actually doing moves way more than we all thought. He was suplexing people on the outside.
Was it WrestleMania or was it SummerSlam?
Nah, that was WrestleMania.
Shit, man, I can't remember.
Yeah, now he had a match with Austin. I don't think Kevin leaves, but like the temptation to leave for
Tony Khan had to shell out big.
Yeah, to leave for the Bucks would have to do a lot of convincing.
Which is crazy that Tony Khan would have to pay like main event money for Kevin Owens to leave, but in WWE, Kevin Owens has been main event once, twice.
Yeah, he's been dangling around the main event for a little while, but he has not been their main event guy for a while now. He's feuding with Logan Paul, right? One of those Paul brothers. Yeah,
I forget the
U.S. title
supposed to come in too.
I don't know. I hope
that's
not.
A whole storyline we didn't even talk about.
I don't want to talk about it either. Okay, LA Knight into 2025.
I think after this, none of this matters because they're all
the LA Knight stays. They've got that on there. I think he stays. Nick Khan.
All these 2025 ones are staying. Nick Khan, The Miz, Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee's going to get called up and stay.
Dragon Lee's already called up. He's already up there.
I'm sorry.
He's done a couple SmackDown appearances.
I was thinking when Rey Mysterio retires. Dragon Lee is the new
WWE is suffering for luchadors. Like they need to tap into that the Latino crowd, and Dragon Lee's probably the next guy to do it.
Which is so funny because
it's been Rey Mysterio for so long.
Dominic Mysterio is there, but
but he's not in a mask. He's not their guy.
There is no luchador. He's oh my god! I just realized if Dragon Lee's Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio is Eddie.
Yeah, I mean he basically is Eddie Guerrero now. Yeah. He's just dark goth hot topic Eddie Guerrero.
Hot topic Eddie.
It's got the Miz listed on here through 2025. I don't think the Miz ever leaves WWE. He's a lifer. Gallows and Anderson, unless they get released, they're listed until 2027.
Did you see this Undertaker one? Look at that contract.
Dude, oh my god. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Ray is going to stay. He's a WWE lifer now. Dominic is not going anywhere.
Oh, he's signed until 2028.
Yeah, Booker,
he's staying.
Booker stays. He's got a run through 2029 contract. The Undertaker, his contract is until 2034. He signed a 15-year deal. This man is never leaving WWE. He's always going to do WWE stuff. And that was the last of the WWE list. We are going on to the...
That's so weird, because there's more, but those must be just the big...
Yeah, those must be the most recent, upcoming ones. Right now, we're on to All Elite Wrestling, though. Okay, the first one listed on here is QT. He actually just left, so that one...
We already know.
Yeah, we already know QT.
We don't know where he's going, but we know he's not AEW.
And, oh boy, MJF is the next person on the list.
I think he's already signed.
He's already signed. There is no way he's not, and he sees the money.
I'm sure he always talks about the money. I think it's all character work.
Yeah, and he wants to do movies too, so maybe AEW is giving him a lighter schedule.
I can see AEW giving him the freedom to do what he wants.
Because how long has he had the title now? Has it been a year? It's been a good time, and I think maybe he does lose the title soon, and I think he does kind of get a little bit of a lighter schedule, and he probably deserves it, to be honest, because he's been on TV every single day.
He was doing 0-hour matches and then main event matches during the pay-per-views because of the tag belts.
Yeah, and you got to remember, his whole shtick used to be that he doesn't wrestle on the weekly shows, and now he is on the weekly shows every single week.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So he's probably going to get a little break after he loses his belt. Tony Schiavone, April 2024.
It doesn't matter. He's there.
Yeah,
He's there until AEW
Could you imagine Schiavone's voice in WWE though, or Impact? He could get a Impact. TNA. God damn it!
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Schiavone to TNA confirmed.
You know what? I think AEW has done so good to Tony Schiavone that he wouldn't leave unless they.
Nah, it's gonna be like WCW for him. He's not going anywhere. Yeah. Andrade. I see
Dude,
him going back
I
to
could see him
WWE.
leaving. Yeah,
I think he goes back. They got him listed here until summer 2024.
even if WWE doesn't want him, why is it so hard to say? Even if WWE does not want him, I don't see him going back to AEW.
Yeah, I think he gets out of AEW. I think he tries to get back to WWE. Could you imagine him with like Santos Escobar and like
That would be dope.
yeah, there are so many people up there, and again, Dragon Lee needs opponents. Like a lot of guys need like that bigger heavyweight presence because he has that heavyweight like appearance. So he could go back to WWE, I think, and his wife's there, so Charlotte's there, so maybe he does go back and wrestle there.
This next one's a no-brainer for me. I think Bryan Danielson's going to extend his contract with AEW.
Yeah, I don't know if he keeps wrestling. I think he might do backstage
He might
stuff.
do like part-time wrestling.
I don't know what like the relationship between him and Triple H is, but could you imagine if Triple H swayed
You know
Danielson back?
And he was on good terms when he left.
Yeah, I don't think there was bad terms when he left.
But like, how would they bring him back? Because the guy just keeps getting hurt.
Well, lighter schedule. The match pacing in WWE is a lot different than what it is in AEW.
He's also basically running the creative for Collision.
Yeah, he basically runs Collision, so he might be cushy enough to just stay there.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to leave. You're right.
I think he's staying.
He's going to be running shows and production and backstage stuff for a long time.
All right, this next one I'm excited about.
Dustin Rhodes.
He's going back to WWE, guys. And he's
Gold
going back
Dust?
as Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin Dust.
Just like Cody went back as Cody Rhodes.
Finish the story, Dustin. Whatever the story was. I don't know. I think he's going to be done. I think he's going to run the Nightmare School. They're going to do training
That's
for
probably the real
training. There'll be like a feeder system for AEW. That's pretty much going to be what it is.
lame.
Angelo Parker and Matt Menard.
I mean, they're not going to WWE if they really wanted to try their contract, but this isn't until August 2025. That's too far out for me to figure out.
They were in WWE before they went to AEW. They were 2.0. I think that's what they were called. They were pretty funny towards the end of their contract, which was nuts. Like towards the end, they were getting real screen time and real matches, and then all of a sudden they were gone, and then they pop up on AEW, and everyone was like, "Holy crap, it was great!" And that was like for a few months, and then the Jericho appreciation stuff, and now they're kind of just gone. Like,
yeah.
Maybe they go to Impact, TNA, crap.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, if they don't have anything good happen, they'll walk and go to TNA.
I think they'd be really good in TNA. Tag team wrestling would be great there. This next one, it says fall of 2005, which is wild. Renee Paquette, I think she just stays in AEW.
She's staying as long as this Moxley.
Yeah, whenever Moxley's there, she's there.
I mean, unless WWE is like, listen, take this much money.
This next one is kind of interesting. I don't know.
Jericho's with the AEW until, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, see, look, you immediately second guess it, and it's exactly what I did.
He
I was like,
helped build it, but at the same time, with
Jericho is a guy now who is like, I could go back to anywhere I
he
want
might
to.
want to go back to WWE, do a few things, and then retire.
Like, he had a huge part in WCW for a long time, and obviously his career was going on before that. But when he came to WWE, it was like a whole new like thing for him for the longest time.
And he
like
helped build that, like
that whole 2000s era and like late 90s.
But even after that, AEW has been great for himself because he got back in a way better shape.
Yeah, and he gets to do the Fozzy thing a lot
jump
more.
In between characters whenever he feels like.
Yeah, God, he's like 12 characters already. He's more characters in AEW than he's had his whole WWE run. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to say like where I think Jericho's going to go. My heart says he's going to stay in AEW because he's like, I fucking love it here. But then my brain's like, if WWE gave him something to chew on, Jericho's pretty smart at wrestling, and he might bite and go back for one last run and call it a day.
Yeah. He's riding to the sun.
Yeah, he retires AEW. Do you think he retires WWE?
Oof. That's tough. I think WWE.
I think he retires WWE. I don't see why he doesn't. That'd be pretty cool.
That's the thing. Like, what if he doesn't sign anywhere? What if he's just done in 2025? He's almost.
He ain't gonna be done. I think he's like what, 47 maybe.
He's got time. I mean,
I could be wrong.
Sting's like 100. So
Sting is old.
What do you think Sting's going to... No, I'm just kidding.
Sting is going to re-sign after he retires. You never retire.
He's only retiring from AEW. He's going to TNA next.
Miro.
All right, so these next ones are all 26 and beyond. Do you want to just...
Yeah, Miro, I don't know, man.
They can't do anything.
They don't do anything.
I think when his contract's up, he's going to walk and figure something out.
Maybe he goes to TNA as well.
Maybe.
Evil Uno and John Silver, they're together.
I mean, are they doing anything on Ring of Honor? I don't know.
They might be still doing things on Ring of Honor. I think they stay with AEW.
All of these except for Adam Cole. Like, I want to skip.
Oh no, we're gonna go down to those ones down there. I see the list that's down here. We'll talk about them even though those contracts are far out. But we got Kip Sabian next. I mean, Impact. He probably gets the TNA.
Yeah.
I see him going there. Better opportunity unless he just stays in Ring of Honor. Kyle O'Reilly. He's been hurt
every time.
He seemed to get hurt a lot. I liked what he was doing in NXT before he left NXT. Part of me wants him to go back to WWE, but another part of me is like he might be done.
It.
You think he might entertain it?
Yeah, it's new management.
Yeah, and he was like a Triple H guy, so that could be. Yeah. I think he left because he didn't like that it was going to be like Vince running it. And shoot, if Kyle O'Reilly comes back healthy, maybe Kyle O'Reilly does go back to WWE. Maybe they get a little run out of him before anything else happens. All right, Adam Cole signed until 2027. I know that's very far off. He's got hurt a lot in AEW so far.
I don't know. WWE is a safer.
Yeah, but he didn't really have a chance to prove anything in WWE because he was only in NXT. So, do you think he stays in AEW after his contract expires years from now, or do you think he's like, you know what? I never accepted that challenge in WWE. I think I go back and I try this and see if I can do it.
I think it can go either way. It depends on where he's at in 20. It's so far away to even think about.
Like, yeah.
Does he have a belt by then?
You think Shawn Michaels pulls him back? You think Michaels is enough to be like...
I think they'll try.
Yeah. Michaels looks at him and then looks at the wall across the room. He's like, hey, kid, how about you come back and...
He gets huge draws and pops at AEW every time.
Yeah, but he was getting that in NXT too. You got to remember, like, the whole NXT.
I think WWE will try to take him back.
Yeah, he's a Triple H guy.
I think he can go back.
I think he goes back to WWE.
Especially, who knows, man? The way AEW is going, it's like they're putting on good stuff, but they don't get the views.
Yeah, and remember, this is in 2027, so this is like way far out from now. Who knows what he's going to do from here till then? Same with the next few people. We got FTR.
FTR signed till 2027. Page is signed. Moxley signed. Omega's signed. Malachi Black is signed. I didn't know that.
Yep, and then the Bucks are signed. But let's talk about them and just be like, we'll rapid speed this because we're about to wrap it up here in a minute. FTR stays, goes.
I think they're going to stay. They kind of get to do whatever they want.
I think they go. I think they go to the WWE. I kind of want to.
Think they go back?
I think they go back. By this time, maybe they go back to WWE. They've done everything they can do in AEW. I'm not going to predict their entire future from now to 2027.
I just think they stay because they get to cross promote everywhere already.
Again, Triple H guys, like maybe they had a good relation with him. They were great in fucking NXT as their revival.
I feel like all of these are going to stay.
Hangman Adam Page is next on the list. Hangman stays in AEW.
Yeah.
He might go to New Japan. Who knows?
Yeah,
we didn't mention that.
He can go to New Japan and AEW. That's why.
Yeah. I think maybe he stays. Moxley, I think
he's a lifer until it's over.
Yeah, I think he's there in AEW till it's done.
Yep.
Kenny Omega.
He might just have to retire because he's always out.
He is always hurt, and it would suck to see him retire. And like I said, his contract is up in 2027. But could you imagine Omega in WWE? I know there were talks that they could have got him, but like Omega in WWE would be nuts. Omega versus Rollins, Omega versus like Gunther.
And you know what? It's so far out. Who knows how different the whole thing will look that he might.
Yeah, no one knows what the landscape's going to be like in 2027. Malachi Black.
I do know. I think he's gone.
You think he leaves? Where does he go?
I don't know.
WWE's missing a spooky guy. The problem with their gimmick is it doesn't fit what AEW is. A lot of the AEW stuff is rooted in like reality, and his House of Black is like the only thing that has like supernatural. And Supernatural seems to be a WWE thing. Like, that's what they do really well.
Fans seem to hate it.
Yeah, you would think they'd like it a lot, but, like, that is what they do. And I think maybe he does get back to WWE. Young Bucks. So, WWE did almost offer them a contract. They tried to get them.
I think this time around they'll do it because it's like...
It's the only thing they haven't done.
I don't think they feel appreciated or something, even though they helped create And they're what are they?
Yeah, like VPs.
VPs.
It's like the only thing they haven't done is go to WWE. So like maybe they try again. 2027 is very far out, so we're gonna continue moving on. New
Let's
Japan.
just do a couple of these big ones.
Yeah, Okada. This is a crazy one because this is in the end of January. So I don't think that's in time for the Rumble unless something screwy happens and they let him loose a little bit sooner.
When's the Rumble?
The Rumble's like mid-January, I think. I'm not sure. I had to look at the date of the Royal Rumble. Actually, yeah, you pull it up real fast. I'll talk about them as you look at it.
What am I pulling up?
Look at what the date the Royal Rumble is in 2024. I think it's mid-January. I could be way wrong. But my thought is, unless they cut loose Okada's contract a little earlier for him to appear in the Royal Rumble, that'd be absolutely nuts.
Oh, it's the
27th. Okay, so it's at the end of the month. That's basically the end of the month. It's a couple days. I don't know what New Japan is like about their contracts. Like, maybe they do just let him out. Now, you're supposed to go back. What are you doing? Maybe they do let him out a couple days earlier and he does pop up in the Royal Rumble. I mean, that's a pipe dream. But I'm gonna be foolish here and say WWE. What do you think?
I think WWE will sign him so that he can't say no. I think
you think they're just gonna? I mean, AEW just got what the hell is his name? Why did I just blank? Ospreay.
Oh yeah,
and they threw big money at Ospreay.
Isn't it Okada that keeps breaking Bryan Danielson? Didn't he?
Yeah. They need to get him away from Bryan Danielson.
They need to just get him away from AEW.
Put him in the WWE. Let him hurt their guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got a lot of people he knows in AEW too. That's what kind of gets me thinking he's going to go there. But again, there's a lot of top stars in AEW right now, and you can't have everyone at the top because eventually everyone at the bottom is going to drown. Like, that's not how ponds work. When there's no air in the pond, all the fish die. So you can't have all these whales and then all the fish are gone.
Right.
Like, that's not how anyone lives.
So these next few, I don't know.
Dirty Dango, he stays in TNA. Deonna Purrazzo, she used to be in WWE and they did not give her a shot. AEW does not know what they're doing with their women. And
if she's smart, she probably wouldn't sign with them.
I think it'd be pretty cool if she went to WWE. It's just all going to be what she gets paid. Here, scroll up a little bit more. There was a couple more names on there I was looking at. Rich Swann, I think he stays with TNA. PCO also stays with TNA. He does not leave. I think he actually might retire soon, unless this man just wrestles forever. He's basically Frankenstein. He's been wrestling for forever, forever. Brian Myers, he stays there. It'd be funny as hell if the Edge had reunited. Alex Hammerstone, that's like that man is built like someone who should be in WWE. He is like the new age look of what Triple H used to look like.
Oh.
So I don't know if WWE is going to end up trying to sign him and he's going to be in NXT. I think.
Okay.
Camille is what Jade Cargill is. Like, they are both like that prototype of China, and I think she's going to end up going to AEW. But I think
last one. Mercedes Moné.
Oh shoot, Mercedes Moné. WWE. Yeah. I think she's going to go to WWE.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I almost forgot that she wasn't on this list, but I think we're going to call it
We're getting shorter.
We're going to call it a wrap. Yeah, it's not an hour long. It was 46, 48, whatever, man. We were pretty close. We are going to have an episode 4. It might be a little screwy because of the holiday again. So
if you guys are gonna listen, give us some comments and let us know what you want us to talk about.
Listen to this, comment in the video below, give us ideas so we don't have to keep thinking. Help us think for us so we don't have to do this. Keep trying to figure this out all the time. If you want to be a guest on the show, because this will be a live action show eventually, contact us again.
We got the cameras and the lights ready.
Yep, contact us again in the comments. Again, this will be on Spotify soon. I will have everything posted and I'll let you all know. Thanks for listening. See ya.